29 and I find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time.
So today I wanted to talk about the cheapest way to book a flight. So one of the things is, with the internet and everything that's available online, there's really, you no longer need to go through a travel agency. Actually, a lot of the travel agencies that closed up shop many years ago, because it's so easy to book a trip on your own. And usually you'll save money, I believe anyway. So things have just changed over the years. But so there's different websites that you can use, and one of those would be Trip.com is pretty popular, and then you've got Google. You can go on there and use Google Trips, and the Google Trips is I think it's a really good site. You can when you're online, if you change, the more flexible you are, the more money you're going to save. So if you go online and let's say you want to fly, as an example, you want to fly from California to Tahiti, you go on there and change the dates, so don't be locked into one specific date if you can avoid that. So change the date, and then sometimes a map will pop up where you can change the weeks, actually, and maybe even change the month. You typically don't want to fly, let's say, just before Christmas or right at Thanksgiving. The prices at that time will go up quite a bit. So if you can avoid those major travel dates, it will save you quite a bit of money. So that's one of the things that I do. Another site that I really prefer is Skyscanner. And Skyscanner is it's just a great site, and I do believe you get the best deal there. That's just my opinion. So when you go on Skyscanner, you want to make sure, and I'm not advertising Skyscanner. I'm not getting any referrals on this or anything. I'm just giving you my personal opinion. So if you go on Skyscanner, change the dates, change the time, and what you'll see is that you can, they also have a list. It'll be on the left-hand side usually, and it will show all the different flights and prices. And so if you're going on a trip, and if you don't mind going to 2 or 3 different airports, you will save money, so it gives you that option. So once you're on Skyscanner, it gives you the different flight options, and then you can click on that, and then it will take you to the different trip companies, such as Trip.com, perhaps the airline that you're actually going to fly on. It gives you a choice, and you'll have different prices on those different companies. And the prices, they really vary greatly. You know, so once you decide which one you'd like to choose, then at that point you'll go ahead and the next step is gonna be, you know, so you can click on book a flight, and so you go on there where you would book the flight, and then it'll give you different options, you know. So it'll ask, you know, such things as luggage. You know, do you want to upgrade the weight on your luggage? And one more thing. Okay, so when it comes to luggage, a lot of the airlines, especially a lot of the US airlines, they charge extra now for luggage. So whereas some of the airlines like Philippine Airlines usually lets you have 2 check-in bags and 1 carry-on, and then you can, you know, have your laptop or whatever with you on the plane. But yeah, it really makes a difference if you go with one of those airlines where they're not charging for all those extra incidentals. It will save you money. You want to make sure you don't, whatever the weight allowance is on your luggage, you want to make sure you don't go over that. If you do, go ahead and prepay. You'll have that option. But yeah, but most people, you know, can go ahead and if if they allow 2 check-ins, then you're probably better off to have 2 check-ins rather than 1, because the weight applies to each piece of luggage. So if it's 25 kilos, for instance, that's per piece. You know, yeah. So anyway, that's usually the better way to go. The next thing that they will ask usually is, would you like trip insurance in case you have to cancel? Depending on the cost of the flight, for myself, I typically put no on that. If it's a really expensive flight, you know, if you're paying $1,000 or something, then I would consider it. But if the flight's only costing, you know, $150, you know, it's really, to me, it's not worth it. It's not worth paying for the additional insurance, because after the trip insurance, then they're gonna ask, would you like flight cancellation insurance? You know, and after that, then they offer lost luggage insurance. So if you buy all these small insurances, the cost of your ticket can easily, you know, almost double. You know, it's kind of like buying a warranty, you know, on a car. It's a moneymaker for the company. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing it. So usually, for most people, it's best just to take, I think, for me, it's better to take the risk and not buy the insurance. Yeah, so the next thing, they'll usually give you the option of paying for extra leg room. If you pick that option, I was recently on a flight, and then they, the person next to me, he was mad because he didn't get that extra leg room that he paid for. So then he complained to the stewardess, and she moved him into one of the other seats. You know, so anyway, you're going to have all those different options, and most of them, in my opinion, aren't worth paying for. You know, but extra legroom if you're really tall, well, yeah, that could be something of value to you, especially if you're really tall. And the next item, I think this is pretty important, and It's regarding as you're preparing to go through customs. You know, I always wear slip-on shoes. It just makes it so much easier. You know, you don't want to be in line to go through the customs and then you have tennis shoes that you're having a really difficult time undoing the knots or untying your shoelaces. And then you have to put the things back on, you know. So if you have slip-on shoes, it just makes it so much easier. And then I usually have a jacket with zippers. You can put your wallet, you can put your cash, you can put your cell phones inside that jacket, and then you just put that jacket in the tray. You know, and then if you have a laptop, you take that out of your briefcase, you put that in a second tray, and so you can, it'll just make things a lot easier on you doing it that way, and it also makes your stuff a little bit safer because no one is going to go through the trouble usually of unzipping your jacket to take your wallet out and stuff. But if your wallet is going on in one of those trays and it's out in the open, it's pretty easy for somebody to take the money if they wanted to. So, and then the one more suggestion is when your luggage arrives, to go ahead and try to grab it as it's coming out, you know, on the conveyor belt. Because what can happen is people will, I actually had this happen. My luggage was grabbed by another group of people, you know, a large group of people, and you know, they were pretty much ready to load it up into their van and stuff. And so I was able to, you know, get it, and I pulled my luggage out of their luggage. And so when when you're getting ready to travel, try to get like maybe a ribbon or something to make your luggage stand out so that you can identify it quickly and easily. You know, so that's something that's pretty important because, man, you sure don't want to be in a foreign country and not have any clothes. Now you can also pay for lost luggage protection usually, and I believe that will cover you up to $5,000, I think, and you'd have to check with each individual airline. But that is an option, and I've never paid for it before, but it's an option, and it's probably one that I would consider. You know, like I said, if you have to replace everything that was in your luggage, it may not be the best thing.